Um, Hello, back again. In this video, I'm just gonna show you, how the build's progressing. Um, I played 4 days, 2 hours, and as you can see, the only difference is my ES shot up. Um, this is because I crafted ES on rings, and divined them a little bit. In this video, I'll talk about, kind of what the high-end gear choices you have or options, like what to get for damage, what to get for ES, and then I'll do a map. I'll show you the attack speed, 5.13 and 209. So everything else is pretty much the same. And show you the damage. Alright. 40k. Okay, so here are your like really top end gear options. For me, I'm just waiting for the Elrion 8 so I can craft a multi-mod and get the spell damage on the dagger. Um, and that's pretty much it. The rest of it is just squeezing out energy shield on your gear if you can, if you're willing to pay like extreme amounts of currency. But if you're just looking to like level up, you don't really need that much to get to a high level. In terms of like, you don't need like 600 shield, you don't need like a 500 helm, stuff like that. But some of your other options are, maybe attack speed on your rings, craft ES, maybe a shield with spell damage. Um, I guess I can show you something like that. And for your gloves, you can try to get like Curse Elemental Weakness on hit for Voidbringers or Facebreakers. So for example, if you search for like Facebreaker and you do Elemental Weakness, maybe you don't want the energy shield from the gloves as much, so you do something like this. I guess none are on right now. And you would buy something like this to give you lots of damage, or you search for like a shield with more damage. And the rest of it is just like jewel multi. So if you search for like a shield and say like 300 ES or 350 and like spell damage 40, say, some stuff pops up. You can buy craftable ones too, but as you can see, you can get some decent shields if you want damage. This is pretty good, but the guy's not online. These are just outrageous prices. You don't want to pay that much. 71, 2 exalts, like, alright. I wouldn't pay that much. I don't think these can sell very easily. But yeah, those are ways to get more damage. The rest of it is just like gem level, 2120, a whole bunch of jewels. You want like multiplier on jewels, or spell damage, or attack speed. Attack speed is really nice for whirling around. And those are pretty much like the top end options. There's also a couple of things you can do with juggling around your skill tree. If you want like maximum res, you can spec in the aura nose here with the level 20 purity. Mine's 19, so that doesn't give me an extra res, but the purity of lightning has 4, so then specking into the 26% aura gives you another 1%, and then you also can pick up another 1% lightning res over here if you're willing to drop ES nodes elsewhere and just pick up that for additional resistances. That's only really important for stuff like Uber Atziri. So if you're looking to do Uber Atziri, definitely do the purities with the aura effectiveness, and you'll probably have to wear a Sapples frame too for Uber Atziri. But that's pretty much it. Today, typically I've been running like 78s, sometimes 79s. Sometimes you don't get good map luck, so it really stinks. Today was one of those days, but just keep going. You should be careful on minus max maps, by the way. Things like volatile reflect on a minus max map, or like double crematorium, are like kind of scary. You shouldn't be like YOLOing around, disregarding your safety, because it's kind of dangerous on a minus max map. But yeah, typical gameplay, just like this. Nothing special. If you're looking to level up, it's going to be quite a boring road. The way you roll maps, I told you last time, you just do 76s, 77s, chisel, alch, and just put onslaught if you want. This league, the Xana, has onslaught for 2C and it adds 20 quantity instead of the whatever quantity base you have. So that's a pretty good option. It's like next best past like chisels and fragments. But a lot of people don't use fragments because it's such a hassle to trade them. If you're running like a lot of maps per day, you know, fragments get really painful to trade. So that's pretty much it. Once you start hitting like I would say 8.5k ES, this build gets really safe feeling. You don't feel threatened that much by many things. And once you start hitting beyond that, you know, you can just like kind of close your eyes most of the time. So yeah. Overall, this build is just kind of a gear game. After a certain point, you just the only way to scale it is through gear, and you know how much you're willing to pay for that kind of stuff is up to you. I guess I should talk about comparatively to other builds. This is probably one of the better scaling builds in the game because other builds such as weapon-based builds, you like get a weapon that's like say like I don't know 500 deeps two-hander, 600 deeps, and like to increase your deeps by like twofold or like even 10% past that point requires like an absurd amount of currency, and it's just not possible. But for stuff like this build, you can get spell damage on shield, you can get like energy shield on rings. It's like always possible to increase your gear like just a little bit more, unless of course you have like mirror gear. So that's like the benefit of playing this build. You never feel like really stagnated in terms of your options for damage or energy shield if you ever really want to spec into either of those. Otherwise, if you don't have like, say you're like on the poor end and you don't have a devotion, or you only have like a 4-link, like what I was playing on in like the first few days, then the build feels like really bad. It feels like every other build. Um, it just a lot less tanky. It's more squishy because you have to be melee and you don't have like the energy shield on gear to like really make you strong. So yeah, scales really well this build compared to others, but falls short if you like make any sort of mistakes. Like if you don't play right, I told you in the first couple of videos you have to click close to your character. So if you like watch me play, I'm like always really close to my character or get enough move speed. Like if I play like this, like it gets really bad. One, because you take forever to stop cycloning, and two, when you like actually don't crit, you're so screwed. You're so vulnerable. Like that, you see that? That's scary. And you see that reflect, that's really frightening on minus max. So just be careful on like certain map mods like minus max, and I don't know if you can do reflect until you get like saffles with purities. Yeah. Especially these crematorium bosses, they do absurd amount of damage. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like look at the damage with the pot. It's like 2k per fireball on a minus max. So the pot only adds 7 now. It used to add like 13 because you got flash effect nodes, but nowadays it's like really short on the resistances. That's why I expect a lot of ES on this build. This build is pretty much complete, so the next few videos are just going to be uh, random stuff, random tidbits of information to like in order to get this build running pretty smoothly. So see you guys next time.